Good morning and welcome to the Association House BankWorks graduation, cohort 28 and 29. Today is a day of dedication and perseverance. We ask if everyone can remain muted until the ceremony at the end of the ceremony. Thank you. Now I would like to spotlight both partners. Our amazing partnership works wonders for this program. I would like to spotlight both government and bank partners. Two in particular, Boeing and CareerWorks, two just to name a few. Because of your contribution, this year we have graduated 29 students and 57 of those are certified through the American Bankers Association. So thank you so much for your contributions to this wonderful program. Today's agenda. I'm your host, Mike Barnes. We have a keynote speaker, Antonio Guillen from Wintrust. We'll have a word from our president, Juan Carlos. We'll hear from our graduate speaker, Kennedy Green, our cohort 29 graduate speaker, Tanya Silver, a recognition of all our students from our facilitators, Sheri Richardson and Luz Hernandez, and our closing remarks, and we'll end with our job fair. Up first, I would like to introduce our keynote speaker, Antonio Guillen. Antonio? We're gonna give Antonio a couple of minutes. He has some login issues, so we will give him a moment.
Mike, let's move to Juan Carlos and then we'll jump back to Antonio when he's able to log on.
Sounds perfect. So now we'll hear from our AHC president, Juan Carlos.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, Mike. My name is Juan Carlos Jeannette. I'm the president and CEO of Association House of Chicago. You know, I'm always happy and proud to be here at these cohort graduations. So first of all, congratulations to you, the graduates today. The Association House was founded in 1889, 123 years ago. And it was founded almost exactly for this reason, for workforce development, not necessarily in the finance industry, but for the reasons that you have dreamed about for your own careers, is advancing your lives, your families, and your communities as well. So I congratulate you first and foremost. And I want to say right off the top here as well that you know, just as you're carrying a legacy for Association House, 123 years of our graduates moving forward and improving their lives. You know, come back to Association House as you improve your families and your lives. You know, you're a member of our family as well. So please always be in touch with us, and we look forward to establishing an alumni group in the future as well. So as for me, I started my professional career as an attorney in finance as well. So I look forward to hearing from Antonio, who's a friend and a collaborator in his position at Wintrust over the years. So I really look forward to hearing from him as well. But I also want to say a few thank yous because this program, BankWorks, certainly could not have happened at the excellent level that it has without first and foremost our sponsors. As Mike just mentioned, of course, Boeing and CareerWorks and the Biller Foundation, but also the Chicago Cook Workforce Partnership, all of our banking partners that are with us, not just from financial support, but from placing our graduates. So good luck to each of you today as well. And also a sincere and hearty thank you to our staff who make this happen. For our participants, you know Sheri and Luz very well. They are amazing instructors in this program. We are so lucky to have had them teaching this program over the years. But everyone that's involved, from Julie Rodriguez, our VP, to Phil Rios, the director, to Sawyer, to Mike, to Danielle and Zola. And I know I'm missing a few folks, so I apologize if I'm missing you. But really thank you to our staff as well. So with that, once again, I just say thank you for being a part of Association House. It has been a pleasure to have you in the program. I wish you all the best, not just today, but in your careers. And don't forget about us. Come back to Association House and show us how your journey is going. So with that, thank you again, Mike, for hosting, and I'll pass it back to you.
You're awesome, Juan Carlos. Thank you also for your wonderful leadership. You are awesome with us. So up next, we are going to go to our keynote speaker, Antonio Guillen. Antonio, take it away. You're on mute.
Sorry about that.
Perfect.
Technical difficulties connecting this morning. I'm sorry. I was ready like 15 minutes ago and all of a sudden I had trouble connecting. So my apologies. So good morning, everyone. I want to first of all congratulate the latest cohorts from the BankWorks program. We are excited to be part of this through Wintrust, and also thank all of the other participating banks, corporations. It's good to see people give back and invest in you, the students that have made it through this program. So a big thank you and shout out to them. And also obviously to Association House. Thank you, Sawyer and Filiberto and Lillian that reached out to me. I'm honored to be invited to be a guest speaker. And it's kind of a little nerve-wracking when you have to talk about yourself. I'm used to talking in front of people, but not a lot about myself. But I'm gonna do my best to give you guys a story of myself, my journey. I think it has some ups and downs, and it's gonna be filled with opportunities that came my way, mentors that helped me, maybe some people who maybe stood in my way as well or wanted to. And I hope at the end, it'll be something that people will take away and say, wow, what a story. So let me start by saying that, okay, also, you know, as Juan Carlos, thank you as well. Good connecting with you and all of your people at Association House. I don't want to miss anybody by starting to name names and leave anybody out, but everything that Association House is doing, staff, everybody who's involved in this programming, teaching, putting it together, presenting, what have you. Thank you very much for doing that. So everybody has a story. So my story, I'm going to walk you through how I got into the banking world. Now, I hate to even say the years because it's been a long time. So 30 plus, 35 plus, could it be 40? I don't know, but it's been a long time. So I grew up in the Tri-Taylor area by the University of Illinois, Chicago. Graduated from Roberto Clemente High School. Originally it was at Whitney Young at their opening first class of when Whitney Young opened. Michelle Obama was in my class. I remembered after the fact. Her mom worked with me, small world, in banking for a little stint. But long story about how I ended up at Clemente. I violated some attendance matters by going to Mexico and overstaying my time. So I'll skip that and get right to my summer of graduating high school. So I'm thinking I'm taking the time off. I'm going to just enjoy the summer. A very dear friend of mine helped me. He was at UIC. He was a counselor in charge of recruiting Latinos to UIC. I was truly blessed, had a full ride at UIC. I thought I was going to be a CPA or something in numbers. I always enjoyed and liked numbers. So again, my plan is take the summer off, and my mom wakes me up, literally wakes me up one day and said, get up, you're going to apply for a job where your sister works. My sister worked at a bank downtown, Cosmopolitan Bank, Clark in Chicago. And I said, at a bank, what am I going to do at a bank? And she said, well, you're going to do something. You're not going to just take the summer off. So we take the bus down to Cosmopolitan. I meet my sister's manager, Donna. She became a dear friend of mine, Donna Geary. May she rest in peace. She passed away a few years ago. So she talks to me. If you fill out an application, no resume, it's just an application, blah, blah, blah. We need some help for the summer. And she says, okay, you're hired. Come back tomorrow. I'm like, what? She says, just put out a tie. I said, okay. So I'm like, oh my God, I've got a job at a bank. You know, what am I going to do? And so back then, this predates a lot of our computer craze. So I was in charge of just giving people their balances, because you didn't dial in and get your balance or look on, obviously, your phones. That's unheard of. So you actually came to the bank, found out your balances, what checks are in. I could give them their canceled checks and check orders, etc. So it was a statement teller, and it was like very easy, a lot of idle time. And lo and behold, I'm there maybe a month or so, and the bookkeeping department, this is when banks had all of their operations under one roof. So your bookkeeping, accounting, lending, tellers, I mean, everything. You went into the bank trust department, you could get all services. So Donna Geary ran the bookkeeping department. So it's kind of crazy. They had like a little window, kind of like the Wizard of Oz, looking out over the window. She'd look out over the piers. Hey, Antonio, I need you upstairs, blah, blah, blah. What's her name? Just quit. And I'm like, to do what? So she shows me a job, very simple job, which when she showed me, I'm like, okay, this is all she's doing. It was returns. There's all sorts of, I won't get into the details of all the many operation things in the bookkeeping department, but I did the job, and it came to me very easy, surprising. And then I would finish the job like in a few hours, and she'd say, this takes what's her name all day. And I'm like, wow, there's really nothing to this. Lo and behold, I start doing more jobs within that department, and there was like 5 or 6 functions, and I'm learning them all over the summer. And I finally tell Donna, okay, well, I've got to go to school. I went to orientation at UIC, and she says, why don't you stay for the summer and go in January? I can really use you here, and we'll pay you more money. Pay me more money was not a lot of money, but living at home, single, I stood. And my professors were calling me. I guess they'd call my house. My mom would say he's working. They'd call the bank and say, hey, you're not showing up for class. They said, oh yeah, I'm working. Where are you working? Oh, at this bank. I'm doing whatever. How much are they paying you? I remember one of the professors specifically saying, how much are they paying you? And it was peanuts back then, $525 for the month. So she said, you're going to make a lot more than that. Get your education. I said, oh, I'll go back in January. Well, January came and went, and I never went back. And I lost that scholarship opportunity. So now here I am at the bank. And I meet a gentleman, his name is Alex Versillo. Geez, another dear friend of mine who passed away during COVID. And he said, I see a lot of potential in you. You're up in the bookkeeping department. You really should be out meeting with clients. I think you would be good in the loan department. Well, loan department to me, very easy, saying, okay, loan department, we make loans. So long story short, he gets me down there. They start training me. I started out as a note teller, so just like a bank teller, but for loans, taking loan payments, booking loans, just very simple function. Then they told me, hey, you should work on the consumer loans, making car loans and equity loans, etc. So I said, okay. So I started doing that. And then they said, hey, you should go to the American Institute of Banking. It was a school you could go for training in banking. And there was a certificate, lending and administration, accounting, etc. So I said, well, sure, I could accounting. I wanted to do that, economics, etc. So it was kind of college curricular classes. So I took them. So I was in school in the evening, and I was in school, as I saw it, in the bank, because mentors were taking me under their wing, and I'm learning the lending department, and it's coming to me very easily. And I always tell people there's certain skills you can't teach. And I think for me, some of the teaching was, I hope, the personality, the sincere caring of trying to help people, etc. And I just started to build relationships with a lot of the people at the bank. So at that time, the boss of the bank, Bob Finch, geez, this is my third person I'm saying, he's passed away also. May he rest in peace again. That's 3, right? So Bob Finch he came up through the bank similar through me, like me. He was a teller and later became the president of the bank. At that point, he was the executive vice president. And his words to me one day were, you're moving way too fast. He said, it took me, I don't know how many years, blah, blah, to get to where you're at now. You need to slow down. And I'm thinking, slow down? I'm like, I'm not going to slow down. I'm enjoying things. I'm learning. So I said, well, that's it. That's my sign. I'm going back to school. I'm going to go to college, whatever. So I go to Alex, who's been my mentor. I said, Alex, I'm going to go to school. I was set on it. He said, oh, no, wait a minute. I'm going to get you back into the bookkeeping department. We need a manager up there. I went up back to the bookkeeping department. Now I'm the manager. At that point, there was, I think, 10 or 11 women, was the only male up there, and I'm the manager. It was tough. even though I was, kind of on top of things and managing the department, it was not easy. What happens, very brief time, people start saying, where's Antonio? He used to take care of my loan. Where's Antonio? People coming in looking for me, and they'd even come upstairs. The bookkeeping was on the second floor. I said, well, I'm not in that department anymore. Can you help me? And so they hired a replacement of that was going to take my position. She was, college graduate, had some experience, but not much. And she had probably some of the skills that I said you naturally have. She didn't have. She wasn't a great person, but not very self-confident, not very outgoing. And a lot of clients were not very thrilled. So that gentleman who was running the department, Bob Finch, he gets sick, gets cancer. And so they called me back down and said, you know what, why don't you just help us? We'll have somebody else, the assistant manager in bookkeeping, take care of the department while you help us in the lending department, because we really need you down here. I ended up downstairs, back in lending. Bob Finch comes back to work, but he was in, didn't have a lot of time. And he pretty much said, you're going to do good here. He was at my graduation of the courses that I took at American Institute of Banking, which was supposed to be a 4-year program. I did in 2.5 years. I said, if I don't do this going to school year round, I won't do it. So I sacrificed a lot. Remember studying when people were, having barbecues and parties at my house and family, et cetera. And like, hey, come out. But I'm like, no, I got to study for this and so on. So it was a lot of commitment. So I'm going to fast forward. So now I'm in the lending department. Everything's wonderful. Well, the bank has to be sold. That's another long story. So a new bank group comes in, and a gentleman that took one of the safest banks in Chicago and ran it to the ground, Jim Wells. He took the Cosmopolitan National Bank, changed the name to Cosmopolitan Bank and Trust, and in less than 5 years, we went from the strongest institution in Chicago to a failed institution. He was very aggressive lender, very unscrupulous, sadly, but he got along with me and I got along with him, and he took a liking to me and he saw what I was doing, and he promoted me to a vice president at the age of 26. So I was that time was told that I was one of the youngest vice presidents for sure, Latino, because there was not a lot of Latinos in banking, especially in the lending side. When I came up, we were a lot of other departments, but not in loans. So there I am in that bank with this gentleman, a lot of craziness. The bank fails. So that's failure number one in banking. A new group comes in, First Bank of Oak Park, strong institution, owned by one owner, Mike Kelly. And his vision was amazingly to be what Wintrust is today, Chicago's bank. He wanted to be community oriented. He wanted to help underprivileged communities. He needed somebody who knew Chicago and could get into communities and work with non-for-profits and just elevate our First Bank of Oak Park name. So I met with him, didn't know he was the owner, gave him my sincere thoughts on what we should do, blah, blah, blah. And in my interview with him, I kind of went off rails. I was very much myself. I started, I'm going to be honest, started using foul language. We could F and do this and then, kind of talking to him like, I was energized. I wanted to do what he wanted to do, but I didn't realize I was talking to the owner until he left. And the president of the bank came to me and said, do you know who that was? I said, yeah, Mike Kelly. He says, that's the owner of the bank. What did you say to him? I'm like, oh my God, I thought for sure this guy's going to fire me now. He's going to think this guy's, not who I. And he actually said he liked me and he wanted me to help him grow the bank. And I did extremely well with that organization, FBOP. Went on to be a team leader in the lending area. I had a team of about 8 people. We were biggest producers that he had. Other people were doing big loans, let's call it middle market lending. I was doing more of the community-based relationship lending, and our team was amazing. Many of them that were on my team right now are still in leadership positions at other financial institutions and doing extremely well. So then I'm going to fast forward. That bank, when it failed, which was another strong institution, Wintrust was now in the banking world, but I didn't know who Wintrust was. So when the bank failed, FBLP Corp, I ended up with US Bank for a very short stint. US Bank told me they wanted to be a community bank and do the things that I was doing. So I stood on for a few months, but then at the end, we decided it was better to part ways and they let me go. I was off work and in the worst economy, it was 2009. There was really no lending going on. Banks were retreating, not being aggressive. And at that time, it was a blessing in disguise because my mom was ill and she had cancer. And I'd been so busy working and now I was off and I was actually able to be with my mom at her side, literally at her side, kind of day in, day out. And, she was shocked because she's like, wait, aren't you working? I said, well, no, Mom. And she was worried. And I told her, don't worry, I'll be fine, blah, blah, blah. And long and short of it, eventually I'm like, hey, I've got to find a job. So being in banking a long time, I said, I'm going to start reaching out to all my banking buddies. Well, everybody was like, wait, we know if we hire you, you're going to want to do loans and a lot of relationships. We're not lending right now. So I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? So Northern Trust came calling and I was going to go to Northern Trust. So I thought, and instead what happened was Wintrust called. I didn't really know much about Wintrust. Long story short, I met a lot of the people at Wintrust and another blessing, I ended up meeting with our leader, Ed Waymer, at the end. I knew him, but I didn't know him. I had heard of him. And he had heard of me and he just said, hey, Wintrust, we're going to be Chicago's bank. And we want to be in all of these communities and we think you can help us. And I had given him a list of Wintrust, and Tim Crane, who's now also one of our leaders, had given them a list of all the organizations that I knew of. And it was so extensive that I just stopped putting names down. I thought, okay, this is getting crazy. There's like 20 names on here. So when I met with them, they said, you can get us in the door with all these organizations. You know people here? I said, no, yeah. I said, in fact, there's more, but I just figured I'd stop writing it down. They said, that's what we want to do. We want to start making inroads in Chicago and we're going to go into all of these communities and can you help us? And I said, yes, and even in the Chicagoland market. So when I first joined Wintrust, I was driving out to Aurora, North Chicago, everywhere in the Wintrust market and promoting diversity. Let's hire more people of color. We're in communities of color. Let's do that. And fast forward, Wintrust has done that. Wintrust gave me a speech that I heard, and you hear things a lot, but proof is in the pudding to deliver. And Wintrust has been a bank that has delivered. For those of you who don't know Wintrust as much, just take a look and look it up. Right now, I think we're doing such a great job with being Chicago's bank and being in all the right places that I'd be shocked if you haven't heard of us. But if you haven't, please look us up. Wintrust is very community oriented. I am proud to have landed with Wintrust. Through all of my career, I met a lot of people. I learned a lot. I took a lot of good from many managers and mentors. I left a lot of bad that I seen in some people that maybe were not respectful, didn't treat people with the dignity they deserved. And I promised myself that I would never do the things that I saw were bad. And I hope that I molded myself into being a good banker, somebody who cares, somebody who respects, somebody who works with integrity, somebody who sincerely wants to help. If you do the things in your life and in your job where you do it out of your heart, sincerely, it is not heavy work. Yes, it's busyness. Yes, it weighs on us sometimes. But if you follow that road of doing things committed, looking for the best for yourself and your clients, your customers, your institution that pays you, you will do well. I think that if there's a takeaway here with me is that my story is a long story. I abbreviated it. I've been blessed with a lot of opportunity. A lot of people looked out for me. Many people saw things in me maybe that I didn't see. It's going to be a little bit of a surprise. And when I tell people, they're like, no way. When I grew up, I was shy. Up until the point of high school, I was shy. I was really not very talkative. I had a lot of things I wanted to say in my mind and many times wouldn't speak it. And as I started to get into high school and working, etc., I remember somebody telling me, if you don't speak up, you'll never be heard. I thought, what a simple phrase. If I don't speak up, I'll never be heard. So I had a lot of things going on in my mind, a lot of opinions. I wasn't afraid to volunteer them. I wasn't afraid to fail, to be challenged, to work hard, to dedicate myself to what I wanted to do. What I wanted to do, I found out in my career. That summer that I got woken up to go find a job, I never thought I'd be where I am today in my career and my job. There's possibilities for everybody. Those of you in the cohort of BankWorks, you'll get a position at a financial institution. It doesn't end there wherever your entry is. Continuing education is an option. Take advantage of it, continue it, look for opportunities where you're at, have yourself open to challenges, link with mentors that can help you. There are a lot of people out there that will help you. You'll find them. Hopefully you will be as fortunate, as blessed as I have been, and these opportunities will come to you. Remember the things that I talked about as your growth goes on in your career. Somebody would also tell me, it's very simple cliches, but they were so true. You know, watch as you're climbing up that ladder, because you treat people going up a certain way, you might have to see them where they're your managers. And I've seen that in my career. I remember hiring some people and saying, boy, this person's going to be our boss. And people were like, no way. He works under like your team. Whatever. I said, no, he's going to the top. How did I know that? I just kind of knew it, and I was respectful. And when the person was my boss, they respected me, and we worked together. That's why I always use the terminology of team. I throw that around a lot. People say, oh, they work for you. No, I work with a team. We're together, and I see everybody equal. So I hope you can take those things with you. I hope that some of my story has kind of resonated with some people, like, hey, I took something away from this message. I could probably go on, and this could have been a longer presentation, but we are limited on time. So I am so thankful to be able to kind of deliver how my career has gone, and I hope that everybody took away something from this presentation of myself. Well, thank you very much.
Antonio Guillen, everyone, we thank you so much for your wonderful insight. We have learned a lot today. Thank you once again. We have a jam-packed house today. Once again, I want to thank all our staff members for joining. I want to congratulate our graduates also. We're going to keep the program moving forward. Now is a very special part. Our graduates have worked really hard this cohort, and I want to spotlight one of our graduate speakers. She will be speaking now. Kennedy Green. Kennedy, take it away.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. I want to begin by congratulating both cohorts for the immense accomplishment that today is. And I want to thank all of the donors, funders, and bank partners for your contributions towards this program. 4 short months ago, I was an early childhood education teacher with a blended 2- and 3-year-old classroom, and I honestly loved it. Bulletin board design is a passion of mine. However, something shifted, and after a while, everyone, including the social media algorithms, heard about my want for a new and more demanding career. I ran across a post about BankWorks on Facebook, and the rest is history. This opportunity has made the last quarter of 2022 truly transformative for me. I am leaving with an in-depth knowledge in banking basics, products, procedure, legislation, and so much more. Furthermore, the BankWorks program has pushed me to constantly analyze my overall posture in the professional workspace. Our discussions about communication, mindset, appearance, and so much more really hit home for me. The latter, especially appearance, because I've been building a new wardrobe. Huge thank you to Sheri Richardson, Michael Barnes, for your ability to efficiently teach so much information in such little time. And a special thank you to the rest of the team, Phil Rio, Sawyer Nib, Luz Hernandez, Danielle Kinney, Zola Ziegler, and Mirta Ortiz for everything you did to make this program a great experience. Lastly, coming to class with my fellow graduates has been an amazing opportunity to network, bond, and just laugh. I wish I had time to highlight a silly or meaningful moment with each and every person in my cohort, but one thing that I can say about cohort 28 is we had every kind of question you could think of, and we made sure that Sheri covered everything. You all made an impact on me in one way or another, and I'm grateful to have met each of you. We're well equipped to take what we've learned in these 9 weeks and begin thriving careers in the finance industry, not just jobs, but careers, and now onward and upward. Thank you guys so much.
Awesome, awesome. We're so proud of you, Kennedy. Up next from cohort 29, we have Tanya Silva. Tanya, take it away.
Right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here on this most exciting day. I am beyond proud that I was chosen as the Southside graduate speaker. Again, my name is Tanya Silva, and I'm so excited to be here. And I have to say to my fellow graduates that we did it. We all started this program over 9 weeks ago together, and I am so glad to see that we have all are graduating together and to start our new careers soon. I first want to thank Danielle Kinney. She was the one who interviewed me and gave me my spot in the program. Next, I'd like to thank Sawyer for taking our awesome headshots and everything else he does behind the scenes. Also, a big shout out to Sheri Richardson for teaching my fellow grads in the North Side. And a huge thank you to Michael Barnes, who is also an alumni and who guided us on our American Bankers Association certificate journey. And a warm thank you to all the banking partners who took the time from their busy schedules and presented wonderful workshops just for us. Lastly, I'd like to give a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart to Luz Hernandez for guiding the Southside class, my class, throughout this whole program. She went above and beyond to make sure that we understood every aspect of the program, everything about banking, behind the scenes of banking, anything we didn't understand, she guided us through everything, giving us advice and stories from her own personal time in the banking industry. I first came to know the Association House of Chicago back in summer of 2010 when I came to start my journey to obtaining my GED. For circumstances beyond my control, I couldn't finish it at the time, but I was able to complete it at Truman College later on. In 2017, I left the workforce and became a stay-at-home mom to my only child, Aiden. This past July, I started thinking about how am I going to get back into the workforce with my son starting full-time kindergarten at the end of August. I knew that this would be the perfect time to start looking, but I was also dreading it since I've not been working for the past 5 years. I knew that all I could work at was a dead-end job with no opportunity to grow, no opportunity to learn no skills, and no advancement. I then tried to look for a workforce program that can teach me new skills, but with just one income in the household, I knew paying for a program would be impossible. With my hopes dwindling, I thought of the Association House and figured maybe they had something on their website that could at least point me to the right direction. And that's when I saw the BankWorks program, and what luck, they had a class starting in mid-October and we're still accepting applications. I signed up for an info session over Zoom with Danielle. And as she explained the program and what we can do after the program, I grew more and more excited, thinking this was exactly what I was looking for. The first day of the program solidified that I knew I was meant to be in banking, as Luz explained what we were going to do for the next 9 weeks. I knew I found my place. We all learned more than what our potential new roles would be. We learned how to act and look like a banker. We learned how to nail our interviews. And the biggest thing that I have learned from BankWorks is to be more confident in myself. My interview skills were not that great at the beginning, but now I have learned how to be more confident, how to sell myself to show potential employers everything I have to offer. Luce and Sheri went above and beyond to prepare us for this day, and I hope you can all see the hard work they have done for us. And I hope you can see all the hard work we all have done as well. I am so excited to meet all of you during the job fair and can't wait to start my new career as Universal Banker. I like to give my own personal thanks to the cheerleaders in my life. First, to my husband, Adrian, who gave me all the support to be in this program, for sacrificing his work hours so that he can pick up our son from school while I'm in class, for always believing in me and supporting me through all my crazy ideas and dreams. I would also like to thank my son, Aiden. Everything I do for you, being is in this program is not only beneficial to me, but also to you as you are my life, and I want to give you the world and beyond. Also, thanks to my parents for always supporting me in life and for teaching me to never give up, even if my dreams and wants change in life. I would also like to thank for my classmates for always being kind and for always being encouraging. To BankWorks and the Association House of Chicago, I again thank you for having this program and believing in us and going above and beyond for all of us. To all the bank partners here, we all worked hard to be here. We are all ready to tackle what the next step in our journey is. We have the knowledge to work in your banks, and we are hungry to show you what we can do. We all will be a great asset to your companies, and we can't wait to show you what we can do. Thank you, everyone. And again, to all the BankWork graduates, we have finally did it.
Awesome, awesome, awesome job to both of you, both Kennedy and Tanya. Congratulations. Now, I would like to introduce our wonderful two facilitators for just guiding our students and making our program valuable. Up first, I would like to introduce our facilitator, Sheri Richardson. Sheri, take it away.
Thank you, Mike. To cohort 28, these 9 weeks have been a mix of fun, excitement, nervousness, and maybe even a bit overwhelming, but you made it. So congratulations. I'm grateful to have ended 2022 with wonderful graduates such as yourselves. To all graduates, I thank you for embarking on this journey with us, and I hope you thoroughly enjoyed your BankWorks experience and find it useful in your banking careers. I wish you all the best of luck in your future endeavors. So we are going to start off with introducing our graduates. And the first graduate we're going to present to you is Verena Clarks. Verena has 7 years of experience in cash handling, customer service, and typing. She previously worked at Gottlieb Memorial Hospital, where she was responsible for welcoming guests and explaining the cost of services. After Gottlieb, Verena worked as a registration clerk at Near North Health Service Corporation, where she answered guest questions and processed co-payments from patients. During the BankWorks program, she was recognized for persevering through the program despite personal challenges. Verena looks forward to transferring her skills into a universal banker role to continue helping customers and assist the bank in reaching their goals. Congratulations, Verena. Our next graduate is Thomas Coles. Thomas is a kind person who likes to get to know people. He appreciates the support he receives from his family and shows it by giving back to others, like volunteering at his local Boys and Girls Club. Thomas' work experience varies in roles such as engineer aide, cashier, mechanic, and assistant manager. His customer service skills include resolving customer issues, processing transactions, and balancing the safe. In addition, he was recognized for Employee of the Month at Family Dollar during the BankWorks program. Thomas obtained the American Bankers Association Universal Banker Certificate. He is excited about the opportunity to work in the banking industry and looks forward to all his new career will bring. Congratulations, Thomas. Our next graduate is Kennedy Green. Kennedy is a vibrant, resilient, and determined person who can adapt to any environment, make genuine connections with others, and be of help to those who need it. Skipping the 5th grade and maintaining academic excellence long enough to graduate high school early, this marked the start of Kennedy's journey as a high achiever. In the area of work, Kennedy gained customer service skills in various roles such as bartending, life insurance, clinical massage therapy, food services, and early childhood education. She received top earner and top sales recognition as well. During the BankWorks program, Kennedy aced all exams, earned the Most Improved Award, and obtained the American Bankers Association Universal Banker Certificate. Landing a position in a financial institution would be ideal culmination of years of hands-on experience and hard work in solving problems of others. She has goals of reaching high-level positions in finance that will allow her to open doors for others, just as they were open for her. Congratulations, Kennedy. Our next graduate is Evan Hawthorne Mock. Evan is a Seattle transplant with 4 years experience in customer service and retail sales roles. Her empathy and upbeat attitude and strong desire to help others earned her previous workplace 2 additional positive reviews and numerous loyal customers. A summary of Evan's work experience includes assisting customers with payment transactions, recommending products and services, enrolling customers in rewards programs, and promoting sales and special events. During the BankWorks program, she aced all exams, was recognized for her confidence, and obtained the American Bankers Association Universal Banker Certificate. Evan is excited to help people in her community level up their finances and make their dreams become a reality. Congratulations, Evan. Our next graduate is Liliana Ortega. Liliana has more than 1 year experience in customer service and 12 months experience in cash handling. She is a recent high school graduate and current student at Malcolm X College with plans to graduate with her bachelor's degree in 2025. Liliana previously worked as a hostess at a restaurant where she was responsible for welcoming and escorting guests to their table and recording phone orders. She is currently a retail associate at Ross Dress for Less, where she addresses customers' inquiries and processes their purchases. During the BankWorks program, she obtained the American Bankers Association Universal Banker Certificate. Liliana is excited about the possibilities banking has to offer and is looking forward to starting her career in the industry. Congratulations, Liliana. Up next is Ashonda Pigram. Ashonda is dedicated, trustworthy, a great listener, a fast learner, a problem solver, and a self-starter. She comes from a large family. She is one of 9 children and is very family-oriented. By having a large family, she has learned to adapt to different attitudes and communication styles. She lives by the golden rule to treat others the way she wants to be treated. Ashonda has many years of experience as a window clerk with the United States Postal Service, where she treats her customers with the utmost respect and is often told that she is easy to talk to. Some of her duties included cashing money orders, balancing her drawer, and handling customer complaints. During the BankWorks program, Ashonda aced all exams, was recognized for submitting all homework assignments on time, and she obtained the American Bankers Association Universal Banker Certificate. Ashonda desires to one day become a financial advisor. She has always been good with numbers and figuring things out and takes pride and satisfaction in helping others. Congratulations, Ashonda. Next graduate is Daniel Rhodes. Daniel is a stellar individual with a lot to offer to any financial institution. He is a student at Roosevelt University and expects to receive his bachelor's degree next year. He has over 10 years experience in customer service and cash handling and has produced results at high levels. His ability to maintain self-control and give his undivided attention to important matters allows him to provide exceptional customer service. His experiences with UPS, People's Energy, and National Express has given him the opportunity to assist people of various backgrounds and personalities. During the BankWorks program, he was recognized for his perseverance, and he obtained the American Bankers Association Universal Banker Certificate. Daniel wants to use what he's learned in the BankWorks program to build trust with customers and to provide solutions to the new demands growing in the banking industry. Congratulations, Dan. And the next graduate is Amanda White. Amanda was born and raised on the west side of Chicago. She always strives to do her best in school, work, and extracurricular activities. In high school, she took finance and business management courses and class trips to the Federal Reserve Bank. Amanda is no stranger to hard work. She started her first job at the age of 12 as a tutor at her elementary school. Since then, she's held several roles such as cashier, volunteer, call center agent, warehouse worker, and emergency medical technician. She was also a remittance processor for JP Morgan Chase, where she processed checks up to $12 million. She is currently a tax preparer at H&R Block. Amanda consistently receives compliments from both customers and supervisors from all places of her employment. One of her performance reviews rated her work productivity at 127%. During the BankWorks program, Amanda aced all exams, was recognized for perfect attendance and submitting all homework assignments on time. She obtained the American Bankers Association Universal Banker Certificate. Amanda has a passion to excel and help people. She wants to become a personal banker to help clients with their accounts, money management, and savings goals, and to pass on what she learns to her family, friends, community, and future clients. Congratulations, Amanda. So I am now going to turn it over to our other BankWorks instructor, Luz Hernandez, to introduce the rest of our graduates. You're muted, Luz. There.
Thought I pressed it too hard. Thank you, Sheri. Thank you for your introduction. It is a pleasure to be here with all of you today. Gracias por el apoyo de nuestros participantes. For those that speak Spanish, they're extremely proud for having you here to support them. With that in mind, I would like to start announcing our class graduates. The first runner-up is Ruby Galindo. Ruby is bilingual graduate. She speaks English and Spanish. She has 6 years in customer service experience, 3 years in cash handling, but she also has experience in cross-selling, upselling, auditing, and processing customer financial transactions, such as cashing checks, bill payments, and wire transfers. Ruby's sales experience includes cross-selling and upselling products and services. In addition, she has her experience with privacy and confidentiality. She obtained her American Bankers Association Universal Banker Certificate recently. She also received awards in class for Most Improved, Perseverance, and On-Time Homework Submission. Ruby Galindo's work experience has mostly been within customers because she enjoys interacting with them and developing rapport with them. Ruby has also enjoys giving back to the community and assisting seniors and those in need, such as cooking meals and feeding the homeless, because she understands their difficulties in life. Ruby has always been a strong, resilient person in the face of adversity. Ruby enjoys fitness as a hobby and outdoor activities such as running, hiking, and even cycling. Ruby's personal goal, one of her personal goals, is to complete a marathon. Ruby's career goal now is to become not just a banker, but she truly wants to become an exceptional banker who can bring her heart and soul to her role and assist educating customers financially. Congratulations, felicidades, Ruby Galindo. Next graduate is Catherine Hernandez. Catherine has 7 years in retail customer service experience with focus on customer building relationships, 7+ years of strong cash handling, sales, cross-selling, complementary products, and upselling credit cards. She has experience in educating customers on products, promotions, and sale events. She has a bachelor's degree in secondary education. She received 100% on all her 3 exams from BankWorks. And she also obtained her Universal Banker Certificate recently with American Bankers Association. In addition, the awards that she's received in BankWorks are perfect attendance, confident, and on-time homework submission. Catherine Hernandez was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, and attended the Benito Juarez Academy in Pilsen neighborhood. Catherine spent her high school years volunteering, working in the youth center as a teacher's aide and organizing memorials through the Pilsen neighborhood. Catherine is most proud of completing her post-secondary education at the University of Illinois at Chicago and becoming the first in her family to graduate from a 4-year university with a bachelor's degree in secondary education. While at UIC, she worked as a tutor and receptionist for the Writing Center and also wrote blogs for the UIC radio. Catherine strives to be helpful and considerate of others in everything she does. Catherine Hernandez enjoys listening to music, reading, and writing. Catherine's ambition is to work as a bank teller or universal banker for a financial institution, educating others about financial literacy. Working for a financial institution, educating others about financial literacy is what her hopes are. With this ability of getting a career in banking, she will enjoy and be proud of her future that she can bring an improvement for her family. With her quick learning, multitasking abilities, and qualities such as trustworthy and a great listener, she will be an excellent addition to any banking team. Congratulations, felicidades, Catherine Hernandez. Our next graduate up is Cantisa Joplin. Cantisa has 10 years of customer service and cash handling experience. She also has experience in tax preparation and sales experience. Cantisa is also preparing to graduate in spring 2023 with a degree in business administration and has also earned her Universal Banker certification from American Bankers Association. She's also received awards during our bankers training in perseverance and on-time homework submission. Cantisa Joplin was born on the south side of Chicago, Illinois, and raised by her mother and grandmother, who often she describes as the strongest woman she has ever met. Her grandmother always taught Cantisa that no matter what she faces in life, to always remain humble and honest. These teachings influenced Cantisa to be the person that she has become today, that others often describe as positive, motivating, trustworthy, hardworking, and goal-oriented. Cantisa really likes outdoor activities like camping, fishing, boat cruises, and amusement parks for pleasure. Cantisa is on track to succeed in completing all of her life's objectives. She is one semester away from earning her honors degree, something that she has always inspired to do. She also received various accolades through her academic career, such as being named on the Dean list and President's list each semester. Cantisa's ultimate goal is to begin her career as a universal banker in the financial sector. She is sure she can get beyond any difficulty that stands in her way. She wants to make the most of all her knowledge, prior employment experience, and training to succeed at a financial institution that is a good fit for her and will enable her and her family to live better lives. One great piece that she always likes to share is with everyone is that life is about working smart and not working hard. Congratulations, Cantisa Joplin. Okay. Our next graduate is Carlos Perez. Carlos has 3 years, Carlos is also bilingual, English and Spanish. He has 3 years of customer service and cash handling, excellent in attendance and punctuality and meeting deadlines. Oftentimes, Carlos will be in class way before I even arrive to class, ready to go. He has graduated from high school with the seal of biliteracy and received 100% grades on all his BankWorks exams. He also obtained his Universal Banker certification recently and also received awards from BankWorks during our training for perfect attendance, punctuality, and on-time homework submission. Carlos was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, when his parents moved from Mexico to the United States. Carlos has always maintained great attendance in school, past employment, and in our workforce program. While Carlos attended high school, he rarely missed school, just like he's always been in perfect attendance. It's a strict, hardworking ethic. So he received many awards for the majority of his high school years. He was also enrolled in advanced placement Spanish classes. Carlos graduated from high school with the seal of biliteracy award. Carlos developed strong customer service and cash handling skills while working as a cashier for 3 years, where he was also considered an effective problem solver and solid team player. Carlos heard about the BankWorks program from a friend who recently graduated from the program and recommended the opportunity to him. He then decided to apply to the program and learn more about the financial world. Carlos hopes to land a job as a universal banker and completing the program to help educate his community about financial literacy. Congratulations, felicidades, Carlos Perez. All right. Our next graduate, please, is at City. You can call her Ziri Pulido. She is bilingual, English and Spanish. She has 6 years in managerial experience, 7 years of customer service, hiring and training staff, effective cash handling, drawer balancing, sales reporting, and bank deposit preparation skills. Ziri also holds sales experience in persuading customers and referring products and services. She also has experience in quality and confidentiality, and she has credit towards obtaining her associate's degree in 2023. She also received certification as Universal Banker through American Banker Association and received awards in BankWork training for most improved perseverance and on-time homework submission. This lady was working always late at night submitting her homework so she wouldn't miss them. She's also known to be a kind and uplifting person. Ziri has 6 guinea pigs, 3 dogs, 2 cats, and hold on, and 1 fish who all like to play and get along. Ziri's mother has taught her that if she is consistent, she can achieve whatever she desires in life. Ziri determination and leadership has helped her advance to managerial positions at a high volume party city in Chicago, where she demonstrated her leadership skills in customer service and training new employees. Ziri has a strong desire to help people from a very young age. Ziri helped children with disabilities as a volunteer from her local church. She has a sister also who participates in special programs, and she's always learned from her to always lend a helping hand and give time to others that need it for more learning. Ziri is extremely proud of every step she has taken thus far, no matter how small that has led her to this point. BankWorks has helped Ziri gain another significant stepping stone. She has continued her passion to help people, but now she's going to help them in finances in the community where she can educate many generations about money smarts. As a relationship banker, Ziri wants to be part of a future client's journey. With her confidence, experience, background, she knows that this is just the beginning of a long, successful journey in the financial industry for Ziri. She wants a career where she will enjoy for many years. She understands that life is never-ending learning experience, and she hopes that one day she can tell her family, and get this, al fin me puse las pilas, which means in Spanish, ponte las pilas is a colloquial expression to people using to encourage others and tell someone to be active and push themselves to make a better effort. So congratulations, Ziri at City Pulido, felicidades. Our next graduate is Tanya Silva. Tanya, who was nominated as our class speaker, has 5 years of proven exceptional customer service. She has strong cash handling, balancing abilities, excellence in attendance and punctuality and meeting deadlines, skilled in relationship building, engaging customers and establishing rapport. She received also 100% on all her 3 BankWorks exams. She obtained her universal certification recently through American Banker Association, and also received awards during our training and attendance, on-time homework submission, confidence, and most improved. Tanya is an outgoing person who enjoys talking with others and learning about other people around her. She's always smiling. She's fun to be around. She discovered that people find her approachable and enjoyable. Tanya began training for theater in high school, but performing in high school plays and musicals, but discovered in college that starving artist life was not for her. So Tanya, on the other hand, took the skills she learned in her theater classes to McDonald's, such as her strong customer service skills, creative problem-solving abilities. She was quickly promoted to crew trainer at McDonald's, where she developed strong cash handling skills in order to train other crew members on the cash register. In Tanya's past experiences, she's learned many new skills such as people management skills, persuasive influencer, and negotiator, which is the ultimate skill of her. Tanya hopes to bring all that she has learned to the financial institution as a universal banker and hopes to start a lifelong career. Tanya's hobbies include reading romance and supernatural books with a happy ending, of course, watching musicals, and collecting craft supplies. Tanya also loves spending time with her family, playing video games, and also being a human can opener for her cat. Tanya wants to become a relationship banker because she loves working with people, especially teaching people the skills and tools they need for success. Congratulations, Tanya Silva. Khadijah is our next graduate. She also goes by D. Khadijah Starks has 7 years of customer service experience, cash handling. She has 2 years in leadership roles in retail sales environment, skilled in sales and promotion. She's a reliable, efficient, and problem solver. She's also obtained her Universal Banker certification from American Bankers Association and received awards during our bankers training in confidence, on-time homework submission, and perseverance. Khadijah D is one of a kind and well known for her acts of kindness and hard work. Dee has always been resilient and determined to achieve her goals since she was a child. She graduated in her class from Homewood Flashmore High School. She went then into beauty industry and attended Paul Mitchell School of Cosmetology. Khadijah used her cosmetology studies to make a living as a cosmetologist and has developed into her hair industry and being successful in starting her own business in 2019. She launched her business selling essential hair care products. And in 2021, she wanted to expand her business further so she can embark on the detour across the United States, connecting and collaborating with well-known stores, stylists, and businesses, varieties of customers. Khadijah D is now preparing and is very excited to enter the banking industry. She has big dreams and goals in her life. And Khadijah wants to work as a relationship banker. Congratulations, Khadijah Stark D. Thank you. All right. Our next and final graduate is Edgar Zarate. Edgar is also bilingual. He is fluent in English and Spanish. He has 4 years in supervisory roles, 7 years of customer service, strong cash handling abilities, and sales team management. He has experience in cross-selling and upselling, customer engagement and explaining products, high energy, strong work ethic, and the ability to establish and maintain customer relationships. He also obtained his Universal Banker certification from the American Bankers Association recently and received awards during our training in confidence and on-time homework submission. And I know you've heard a lot about homework, but Sheri and I, we give a lot of homework and we keep track when they're submitting them. So all of these graduates have worked really hard in submitting their homework. Edward is from Pilsen. He's a native from Pilsen with over 7 years experience in client relations for Starbucks. His experiences include managing day-to-day operations, sales, and building long-lasting relations. Edgar holds 4 years in team leadership, supervisory roles, and as a team trainer and mentor. His interests include freelance photography for small businesses and being an artist in the Chicago area. He is the eldest of 4 siblings and enjoys music, biking, and learning. Life is short and tomorrow is not guaranteed is one of Edgar's favorite quotes, to live life to its fullest. Edgar is pursuing a banking career to educate customers on why financial literacy is vital. He believes he will be a great fit to the financial industry as he is always up for a challenge. In continuing towards Edgar's goal, Edgar is looking forward to combining all of his knowledge and experience to have a successful career within banking as your next universal banker. Congratulations, felicidades, Edgar Zarate. With that in mind, BankWorks graduates, you did it. Congratulations to all of you again. Good luck in your new interviews today and your future careers. We would like to announce our next start date, and we teach our students to ask for the business. So we are asking for the business right now. We're not afraid to inform you that send us your referrals. Our next cohort dates are January 18, 2023. We are accepting applications for our next BankWorks classes. Remember that we are offering 2 locations, one in the north and south of Chicago. Now this concludes our graduation ceremony. We will now begin with our job fair portion of the event. Mike, take it away. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Luz. I also want to thank everyone on the 5th floor that participates and makes this program what it is. Also at Association House of Chicago, we want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Now we're going to graduate with an unmute and congratulate all our 28 and 29 cohorts. Let's go. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, everyone. Thank you.
Good luck, everyone.
Great job. Very impressive.
Where are the
Well done,
congratulations,
everyone.
team?
Everybody.
Get it.
Very exciting.
That's my mama.
Say congratulations to mommy.
Happy graduations.